Hi, I'm Bryan. I'm a associate in computer science faculty member at Washington State University. So a lot of what I do is helping to develop apps and tools that help us to look at what activities people are doing in their homes and predict those activities and be able to prompt people and remind them about those activities. So a lot of what we do is we want to look at using sensor data in your home, using the smart home, which is has all these sensors and has different tools that we can use to look at what activities people are doing. We use those sensors and those tools to help us form models to predict activities and to be able to determine what activities are going on in the smart home. And using that information, we can actually help remind people to do certain activities and remind them to complete them at certain times.
I'm Jess Dahmen. I'm a PhD student in computer science, and I work with the WSU CASAS group for the Smart Home project.
Growing up, my grandparents had Alzheimer's and also Parkinson's, and my family were the main care providers for them. I saw kind of the struggle of how hard it is for people to keep track of their life when they're going through these diseases and these disease processes. So it's really important to me to use my skills in computer science to help people deal with these kinds of issues in ways that are not intrusive but are helpful. The idea behind the Memory Notebook is it's a tool to help you schedule and keep track of your daily life. Using the Memory Notebook, you can add tasks and events that are important to you, such as keeping track of your medication or maybe meeting one of your friends or children. In addition to just adding events, you can also set the Memory Notebook so that it will remind you to do events. And in addition to just regular reminders, maybe a few minutes before the event or hours before, we also use the smart home to do automatic reminders.
So when you're using our prompting app, what it's going to do is it's going to look at the sensor data that's collecting in your home and be able to determine when you need a prompt. And when it decides to prompt you, you'll get a prompt notification on the device. So maybe it'll be a ringtone or a noise that it makes, and then it'll probably also put something on the screen for you. And what you'll do is when you get that prompt, you can go to the prompt and touch the device and respond to what you're doing. So maybe it'll ask you, are you taking your medication right now? And you can say, yes, I already did that, or no, thanks for reminding me. And by doing this helps us to understand that the prompts are coming at the right time, because we don't want to prompt you at a weird time for something that you don't need to do or something you did a long time ago.
One of the things we also have the Memory Notebook do is in unusual situations, like for example, you have unexpected visitors, and something like that in your daily life could really make your schedule not as regular as it was before. So one of the things we want to do is prompt you to use the Memory Notebook to record what's going on in your life to help you keep track of things in these unusual situations.
By being able to predict when things should happen, when we see something doesn't happen, we're able to determine that might need a prompt at that time. So having the activity context information from the smart home is really important because it helps us to make prompts and reminders customized just for you and just for the individual person living in a home. So that way it's not just the same repetitive thing every day for you, but it's actually customized and tailored directly to what you need and the way that you're living in your home.
I think the Memory Notebook is really helpful for people with cognitive issues because it helps them sort of organize their life in a way that they can see in front of them instead of having to remember everything on the fly. So it helps them organize what they want to do throughout the day, but it also helps them with important things like medication, but also important social things like meeting their friends and family. We don't want complete reliance on the smart home. We want to involve you as much as possible and let you tell us what's happening in your life, but also have us help you remember to do things. Yeah, there's like a partnership with the tools that we're building and also what you're doing in your life.